I guess.
I guess indeed. Welcome to the stream.
Oh no.
Don't worry, the catsuit talk was not included. And
Well, now it is.
Everyone will just have to work out what I meant by that. Hi. Welcome to the stream. It's Project Via time. I think it's part 14. I didn't check. Apologies if it isn't. Yeah. How are we doing?
Apparently Katsuri.
Katsuti. Is that good or bad?
Don't know.
Yeah, no, I've got nothing. Yeah. Cheeb will apparently be joining us a little later. But, yeah. And Adrian von Ziegler will join us now. Thank you very much. We have some cats to start, which is very uncommon. We have, this is a morning cat, an AM cat.
AM cat.
They're up bright and early to wake you up. It's 3 a.m.
It's definitely not a memory stray cat, as opposed to last time, which was a reference stray cat.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's night cat.
We also have night cat. Insert Knight Rider theme. Yes, we have the morning cat and the night cat. There we go. And then we have the all-rounder cat.
I didn't even do that on purpose.
And then we have an all-rounder cat. They're all times of day because they're the planet. So when it's day on their face, it's night on their butt. So yes. So last time we got a prompt for quests, I believe, if I'm not very much mistaken.
Oh yeah. I knew that.
Is it quests? I'm checking. Hang on.
It is quests.
It was good. Yeah, sorry. I saw the thing. I scrolled up in the chat and I was like, wait, hang on. That was 2 weeks ago. What was last week's prompt? No, we didn't have a stream last week. Sorry. I had a power cut.
Yeah, because your power was rude.
Yeah, well, I mean, rude. It had some issues. You know, power station catches fire. It's got to be sorted. Yes. So it's been a couple of weeks. I'm sure we've all got lots of 2 weeks worth of work ready to share. And
I mean, I've been grading finals, so don't look at me.
I've been changing digital art style and possibly going to change characters I've already done. So
nice.
Productive. Definitely
Oh, that's all right.
Not going backwards.
I wrote a list of all of the things that I said I would draw for this project at some point, and there were 50 of them. So yeah. And I drew one on stream the other day, so that's something. That's nothing to do with this stream. Actually, it is something to do with this stream, because I also quickly sketched the people for my quest. So that's the thing. Chibi has also done a thing. Let's share that before they get it. We can heap praise in advance. Even though they open it up by saying that they're terrible at thinking of quests. Yeah, so they did a drawing. It's here. Somebody has lost cannonballs overboard, and apparently they're expensive. So it is, of course, your duty as the protagonist to solve everybody's problems by swimming to the bottom of the ocean and getting cannonballs, I guess. I can't even remember. Did Chibi have the abyss, or?
I had the abyss.
You had the abyss. Chibi has the harbor, I see. But okay, so you don't have to go right to the bottom of the abyss to get these things. Ooh.
Yeah, bottom
here's
of the harbor is probably more doable than bottom of the abyss.
possibly. Who's this friend?
It's a mountain friend Lewis gave me a long time ago to draw.
Ah.
They're not done yet, but
I will
doing
say,
something.
I don't know precisely what this means in the grand scheme of things, but that looks a lot like my granddad. So take that as you will.
Is your granddad a mountain?
Uh, never asked. Yeah, have granddad mountain. That's fun.
Oh, there it is. You are rock. I was thinking there was something. Is he your rock?
He was a great person. Is my granddad a mountain troll? I don't know. Hi, miss.
Hello.
I don't know. The mountain trolls like licorice all sorts. Granddad used to
Mean if
really
they
like
tried
licorice. Has anyone tried giving a troll licorice all sorts? We need to ascertain this. It's great 2 weeks worth of work. Cool. I streamed and did my work then. Also, I see a Gamer King has entered chat.
Hello.
Gamer. Yes.
Gamer. I am the Gamer King.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just talking about your cannonball fetching quest, which I thought was in the abyss, and I'm happy that it isn't.
No. That would be far more concerning if it was.
But yeah, like a cool person on a ship. They've lost the cannonballs, or well, the crew's lost the cannonballs. You gotta help get balls.
Help get balls.
Yeah. Classic bobbing for cannonballs.
Yeah, it's a fun carnival game.
If your cannonballs are bobbing, there might be a problem.
I don't see the problem there at all.
Yeah, I think you might have been shortchanged on those cannonballs. Someone's trying to sell you the premium grade cannonballs, and it's just full of sawdust. I guess there could be some really light metal that you could make a cannonball out of. Wouldn't be useful. The whole point of it is it's got mass, but yeah. Hello, miss. Get it? This is a joke. Yeah. What did everyone get? Everyone got the caves. Right. What did we did say something about the caves, didn't we? That everyone was gonna draw something.
Yeah, I remember I had a
don't
whole
remember that at
idea
all.
last time as well, and it's just gone.
2 weeks. It's practically an eternity. Judges harshly through your spaghetti, as well you ought.
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti. Yeah. I'm gonna try and do a slightly better job at drawing a mech than Wednesday.
I scrolled through my Procreate folders, and the only thing that is on my mind is dogs. So I'm gonna draw a dog mermaid, and you all just have to figure out a quest with me.
A salty sea dog.
I mean,
Fish.
I don't see any problems with this whatsoever.
I cannot think of stories.
Listen, I generated a quest today. I think you're fine.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
I just was like, I don't know anything about quests. Let's see what the internet thinks. And I went with that.
I mean, to be fair, looking at like the various games we're sort of pulling ideas from as far as adventure games are concerned, sometimes the quest is you have to go defeat Evil Ganondorf, and sometimes the quest is my chickens got out of the coop, and also I'm allergic to chickens. Can you get my chickens?
Is
I
the
don't-
allergic part of it?
Well, that's why they can't do it, you know? We gotta think these things through, you know? It's not that they're busy, no, they're allergic.
That was like a question I thought of like as I was running to get it to come to the stream. But like, what's our like first quest? What's our like, you know, go defeat some apples, some sentient apples that are level 1, and are
we did have the rat.
yeah, but that one scales with you.
Yeah, so because you don't have to do that first. The way I sort of envisioned it is we wake up in the cave, you got like a little tutorial time in the cave, then you find a boat that takes you to the harbour, and then you can learn things about stuff there, and then you got a variety of places you can go. So I guess the first quest would be in the harbour.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know what it would be.
It is a hub. But I mean, wouldn't it take like a little bit of the game before you get to the hub? Like,
I mean, not necessarily.
Yeah, like
There's
I say,
plenty of games where you end up in a hub area and then you have to unlock things to get to the other areas. Again, going back into Zelda Majora's Mask, you start out in the hub. The Termina city field area is the hub, and as the game progresses, you are able to go out into the spokes into the different areas.
That's true.
And you've also got Death's Door, where technically the office is the hub area and you can get to everywhere from the office, but you have to unlock the ability to get there from the office.
I guess that was... I don't remember the office. What was the office?
It's where you're running around.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, the weird area in the void where all the other birds are doing admin work.
Door admin. Which honestly is relatively similar to what we've going on, really. Only instead of birds, it's wizards. And wizards with birds.
Oh my god, can you hear my dog snoring?
No! Stick the microphone in his face.
He stopped.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Happy sniffs.
It's like with children. As soon as you get the camera out, they stop doing the stupid shit.
Maybe that is a very cat.
Cats.
Very cat. Let me see. Very cat.
No.
Oh.
This cat's doing extra weight training in high gravity.
Realistic gut field. Those jumps. Oh, I feel the cat.
That's ooh. Yeah, Cloud Dog.
When I'm too unsure of what I'm doing, I paint.
And it's been working out for you thus far.
Yeah.
Has it?
You make
Thank
some
you.
great paintings.
Thanks.
And now we have Wine Ant, who will lead you around and show you around the marketplace, whether you like it or not. And you will go at her pace.
Yes.
Is that the first quest? Just sort of like deal with
First
that?
quest is just listen to Why Not.
Mine aunt, I'm picturing like that aunt that like has the, I don't know if it's just a picture in my head, but that aunt with the glittery lipstick that leaves marks on the wine glasses. Wine aunt.
Probably. I mean, but we're referring to the drawing you did last time, so.
Right.
So you should have a picture in your head. You drew it.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to see this art, this wine art, the gallery
Why
has been
not?
updated finally. Why not? Why not? Yes, I've actually, for once, updated the gallery with a bunch of stuff.
You've done it.
I did it. It's like 3 times bigger than it was.
Yeah.
Uh,
I looked
That's
at it over the weekend and I was like, whoa, there's stuff.
yeah, we did a lot on these streams, turns out.
We make things. I forgot.
You aspire to be a wine aunt. It's a good aspiration to have.
Yeah.
I would start with the wine, personally. It's probably quite easy
I
from
mean,
them.
to be fair, Miss has been known to have a nephew, so
Mm.
she already is like partway there. Only thing she really needs is the wine.
Lewis, are you in chat? Say no if you're not.
What?
No, okay, I think we're good. Yeah, sorry, I just remembered I forgot to change the settings for the fact redemption. And Lewis isn't here, so I can say that safely.
Hey, Miss. You know how you have like these channel points constantly accumulating and you probably have like hundreds and thousands of them? You can use them now. You can force Chris to spout out facts every 5 seconds.
It is the thing. I added. Where's the book actually? Now? Gotta make sure I got the book. Did I hear a snooze?
Yeah, he's being very loud now.
Just a little snooze.
Almost at full potential.
Human beings only use 10% of their snooze.
That's why I've got insomnia. I just need to use 100% of my snooze.
Need to use the snooze. As the old expression goes. Yeah, if anyone can think of something you'd like to see fun channel point things used for, let me know.
Till some milks were added to the Listen,
That happened.
that's not on me.
I mean, a lot of them were
Definitely
for
not.
you.
Don't look at any of the bots.
I can't quite remember the context, but I'm pretty sure a lot of it was you.
No. None of it was me. I have never said anything questionable in my life ever that could be misconstrued by anyone.
Misconstrue it. Lots of variations with lots of punctuation, yep.
I have never said anything questionable in my life, ever. I didn't introduce Mills and Dills to this chat. And I've never said anything about zombies and kinkiness in our hangouts ever.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
just for Chris.
The bar is pretty low for questionable content as far as the auto mod is concerned, seeing as it takes offense to baby dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also not on me.
Also, kinky zombies?
Yeah. No,
Yep.
I've never said anything about that. Forget I said that.
We learned some interesting things.
We've learned nothing about me in the past couple of days.
I was tempted to explain it, but I think it's better not explained.
Yeah, y'all can figure out what that means in your own time.
How have I forgotten how to create a new layer? Brain, what the fuck?
New layer, it's the button that... oh, actually, they've changed the icon.
Oh, is that
Yeah, yeah, now it's got a
Straight up,
little plus on it.
We've
Oh.
never been falling apart before. This chat is always falling apart.
Yeah, they've changed the icon, so that's not your fault.
But I clicky.
Click it, clicking. Hang on.
Wait for it to appear on Twitter.
Ooh.
I just don't want to
How
ruin
do
my
you mean?
sign art.
You're not. Apparently, you're not in the thing. So.
Oh no, how much of my dog is gone when I refresh?
It still looks like a cloud.
It was done except line art.
Oh no.
Well, I know why now.
Wait for it to appear on Twitter. Yeah. Wait for the Chibi's October Zombie Challenge.
No, we're not making this a thing. Listen, just because I said that it was kinky when two zombies were eating each other doesn't mean I'm gonna draw it.
Please do though.
Yeah. But it's only kinky if they're alive. So.
They were. Yes!
Zombie,
if a
zombie,
is
dead
eating
zombie.
a corpse, that's different from if a zombie is eating another zombie. You get me?
Get is a strong word. Have a nice night, miss.
Good night.
What's this supposed to get?
Just know that my shadow dog was much better before, but I'm not being as detailed the second time.
No, it's fully understandable. Hate it when that happens.
I don't know what to draw.
Gonna go back to your steady fan art where it's wholesome and sweet.
Uh-huh.
This is wrong.
Listen, miss. I saw you advocating for buttons of Modman Butt in Bear's Discord. I don't want to hear anything from you. That's for everyone else to enjoy without context.
If there's one thing I've learned from being friends with you lovely people over the last few years, it's that context is largely irrelevant. It's not going to make anything clearer. Can't draw Mothman and not draw his butt. Yep, it's I've heard.
I mean, you could. You could just, like, put a box in the way or something.
I mean, I have in October and Co. Pretty sure I didn't draw a butt.
Well, that's on you.
You also put the Mothman in pants, so... and a sweater.
I was about to say, well, he's not going to work naked, is he? And then I remember, like, quite a lot of the cast are. I mean, Flynn's got an excuse. Try and put clothes on him, they'll dissolve.
I was just thinking the clothes would get very sticky.
I'll ask for your thoughts and you gave them. I thought you were going to say you can't be held responsible for your brain's actions.
Who can?
Who can? I don't know how the technology works in this world.
Confusing.
Inconsistently.
Yeah, I don't see why you would have any questions, honestly.
See, I was saying, like, you know, maybe the next sort of interactive draw through there will be like a sci-fi thing or like a space fantasy or whatever. We're sort of inadvertently doing some of that anyway with the floating city.
Yeah. We're covering every genre here.
It's genre
This is a
hopping.
game for everyone and no one.
It's like what was that movie with Macaulay Culkin I was scared of? We talked about.
Movie with Macaulay Culkin?
That was partly
Richie Rich?
animated or mostly animated.
Oh, the Page Master.
Right.
Page Master, yes. That had adventure and horror and the other one, fantasy.
It's like that, but genre hopping.
Yeah. I mean, in that one, they literally genre hop.
Oh,
From
I
book
didn't
to
watch
book.
it. I was scared of it.
They go from, I think, Gulliver's Travels to, I think it's then Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, then Moby Dick.
Isn't Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde like horror?
Yeah. Like I say, they go from adventure to horror to fantasy.
This is a kids' movie.
Wait, no, fantasy to... Yeah. Hang on, did I have the good gif of the...
I mean, there's plenty of horror out there for kids, like Goosebumps. And, well,
Yeah.
what's the name of that TV show? Stories You Tell in the Dark? Something like that?
I was scared of that too.
Those are both things I've never read.
I guess I don't know of these things because
they're English.
Coming quite obvious. Oops.
Grumble, grumble.
I love just hearing your little dog snores in the background.
It was a very heavy one, that one.
Grumble. Anyway, Miss, how have you been? Have you had a good week, fortnight time? Intermittent grumbles are best. Sort of, Doc? Explain! Explain who I have to kick to make that better. And by I kick, I mean get Chibi to kick.
Was about to say, you're gonna kick someone?
I can't do anything since you killed me, so it's on you now. You got Lyme's disease from a tick. That's not good.
Oh no.
Yeah, ticks do that.
Ticks are rude.
It's okay, you're fine. It's not really, is it? Ooh.
Dog is shaved, cat's next.
Oh no.
Sounds like a threat.
Well, hopefully it clears up. Hopefully it clears up nice and quickly and things can be good. And we can eradicate ticks from the face of the earth.
Yeah, why are there still ticks? That seems
Yeah,
like an oversight on our part.
I think humanity should band together and do something good, like kill all ticks. There can be no ecological repercussions from that, surely.
Never.
Hank or John Green also supports the killing of all ticks. There are various ways to interpret that sentence, but I'm intrigued. I like the idea that there are two people who, at any one time, only one of them supports the killing of ticks, but it alternates. They agree through correspondence. Okay, from Tuesday through Thursday, I'm gonna. How do you make tech look sciencey? No, tech look fantasy. That's the word. It's quite easy to make tech look sciencey. It's tech. I'll just stick a crystal on it.
Steampunk? Dieselpunk?
Just glue some gears on it and call it steampunk.
I mean, you can also just give it little magical bips and blobs that are just, glowing for no reason. That's fantasy.
Yeah. You have that. Runes. Runes are always a good one.
Runes, always good. Little, things that are, measuring things.
What, rulers? What?
Ups.
Uh, like... never mind. My brain is gone.
That's fine, it's Sunday.
My brain was never here.
I mean, there's a lot of
Dials and
things out there you
doodads.
can use to measure.
Dials? We have a little dial in here.
Technically, you can use anything to measure. It's just some things are actually designed for it.
And that's how the Imperial system came to be.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is something I'm always intrigued by, is we're sort of always told that because of modern diets and things like that, people generally are a lot taller now than they used to be. And just a lot bigger in general. A lot more protein in the diet, a lot more growth when you're young, so on and so forth. But a foot is quite big as an imperial measurement for us to be bigger than them. If that's a foot.
I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
thing you have to remember, we don't grow, like, our dimensions don't grow at the same rate. It's not proportional. So, being taller doesn't necessarily mean your foot's gonna get bigger.
Wasn't that?
And a lot of the bone structures just sort of set. But a lot of, and actually, fun thing, one of the things that's contributed to humans growing more and living longer has actually nothing to do with food and has everything to do with water quality.
Oh. Well, I'm fucked then. That's why I am the way I am. I grew up on Coca-Cola.
Well, the thing is, even that Coca-Cola is made with water that's you don't have to worry about getting diarrhea from it.
Yeah.
Well, if you drink a lot, sweeteners can do that to you.
Yeah, one of the... So obviously, depending on the time, the things that kill you sort of varies based on time and place, but a lot of people just sort of died because dehydration from drinking bad water and then getting the shits.
Yeah.
Looks up in IBS.
Oh, I know the pain.
Yeah. And the other thing is that even with Imperial system units, some of them have sort of adjusted over the years. So, like, the reason why the ratio between a tablespoon and the teaspoon is so weird is because quite literally the size of teaspoons changed. And I don't remember all the reasonings behind it, but it had something to do with like rationing and whatnot. So they just changed the size of the spoons and then never changed them back.
Bloody war. Changing our spoons.
Need them to eat less, but they won't. I know. We'll just change the spoon sizes, then they'll eat less.
It's a conspiracy. They changed our
I mean,
spoons!
you joke, but that is legitimately one of the things you can do to sort of help not overeat is to use smaller plates.
Yeah, I know. I use lunch plates instead of dinner plates all the time. It was just, it seems a bit outlandish as like a
Yeah,
general.
it feels weird because it's like, why, what? You have
There
these
was a
tiny
nice...
spoons.
There was a time in Britain where they used to have, in order to standardize measurements, they had physical objects that were like, this is a yard. We have a yardstick. All yards will be compared to this. Anyway, one day, the building that it was in burned down,
Yeah, I know. Oh my god.
and we just didn't have the yard for a while. No one knew for sure how big a yard was until somebody made a new stick.
That dog did that. Must have.
Like how they failed to blow up the Houses of Parliament to kill, the people in power during the bonfire night plot. But they managed to get the yardstick, so
Priorities.
yeah. Used a bigger bowl to fit in all the pasta you cooked. Yeah, that's the way you do it. You cook the amount and then you work out what you're supposed to fit it in.
I mean, pasta is hard because it's not the same amount when
Only
it's
hard if you
dry
undercook
as
it.
when you fold it.
Yeah, it does. It does rather expand. I do tend to measure pasta in hands, handfuls. Relatively consistent because my hands tend not to change very much. Sometimes just take the whole pot and spoon with you. Absolutely. If I'm on my own and I'm making pasta, I'm not putting it in a bowl. That's more washing up. Don't use anything that will chip the saucepan though. Other than that. Got to be careful.
See, I usually cook up more than enough for multiple meals and then store the rest, so...
Very sensible.
Sensible is one to both sides.
I cook enough for several meals, and then eat it.
Me too.
What about the tattoos? This feels like it could be a boss. So what we got is we got the prompt of quest, and I ended up drawing a character who looks like a boss. So.
Yep.
And the problem with that is what?
Nothing.
That's what I thought.
I mean, I've been sitting here trying to design like a mail sorting box, but I think I've just made a shadow box because when I tried to make it 3D, everything just sort of popped out of the background.
That looks cool. It looks like there's stuff in there. I mean, I don't know who's sending all this stuff without, like, not in a box, but...
It's a nice chocolate box, except it's not nice.
Like, is this something we have to do over the course of the game? We have to invent the cardboard box, or...?
I was thinking... So we've all got the caves, and we have established a mail system. I just was reminded of, in Wind Waker, there's a mini game you can play where you sort mail, and you have to sort of move your cursor around and toss it into the area that's got the same symbol on it for what island it's going to.
I love how somehow games sometimes trick you into doing admin for fun.
Always good fun.
I mean, I play item management games because that's fun to me. So, but my own home, no.
Yeah, I was about to say, most RPGs are like a good third management of skills and party stuff, and then you've got games like Cook Serve Delicious where the whole thing is just management.
Yeah.
Management sims are a whole genre.
Oh yeah, when I was at uni, I had a lot of calculatorial work, which just involved basically having lots and lots of weird strings of numbers in particular orders, and you have to do stuff to them and combine them, and it's just a lot of effort and a lot of time. Well, it's not a lot of effort; it's a lot of time. And I often thought, is there a way I could turn this into a game, distribute it, make it go viral, and then everyone else can do the work for me? Surely that's because like people like doing Sudoku, and that's just basically solving Latin squares. That's a mathematical thing, you know. It's like, can you reframe a calculatory mathematical problem as a puzzle, and then distribute the code for people to just have fun solving the puzzle, but they're actually doing your research for you?
I mean, if you do it right, probably. If you make it fun, yes.
You probably have to you have to say up front, by the way, I'm going to use this.
Yeah.
Do you have to?
I mean, ethically, probably yes.
Probably.
Who cares about ethics, right?
It's not a common thing in maths to have to worry about ethics because it's usually just a person in a room scowling at a blackboard, but sometimes.
Yeah, mostly if you start getting into statistics or education stuff, but yes.
Oh yeah, statistics. Always forget about that.
That's actually one of the reasons why my dad never finished his PhD, because he was getting a little sick of his review board that he needed to go through to get things approved changing every so often. And he just kind of went, you know what, I'm done.
Oh, that's a shame.
I don't need this anymore.
I mean, ooh. I am robot. Echo Fairy has robotized me. Is anyone else hearing that, or is it just me? Ooh, I'm gonna get the... Okay, it's cool. Okay, it's gone. Okay, what's that? Sorry, Christy. I hate making Christy...
ethics as
Yeah.
the historian to the mathematics.
Yeah. For
That is
Christy's
a
dog.
fun word.
Christy's got a robot dog. It's like Wallace and Gromit. Close shave. Yeah, so the historian going, ethics.
Sorry, I was focusing, so that's why I didn't notice the sound was going haywire.
No, that's fine. The Echo Fairy is chaos. We know this. What? Ooh. We have friends. I like this person's little hat.
Christy, I like how you painted a like actual dog, and now you've put a fish around it.
I was like, I don't know how to do this, so I'll delay it for as long as possible. Draws a whole ass dog.
Fair enough. I'm glad you like the little hats, Chris.
Tiny hats are cool.
As well as fizzes.
Fezzes count as tiny hats.
Right.
Also, Mr. Muscleface here.
Yeah, I didn't know what to draw, so I just defaulted to drawing the kind of face I have been drawing for over the past couple of days, multiple times, because I have to do the missions for Dark.
Dark wants muscles.
I mean, specifically, he wants Tornets, who are like mutated big muscle people.
That's
so
fun.
I've also just been staring at Mrs. Good drawing of one of them that Dark sent me as reference.
Oh, he didn't send me that. Oh. I didn't get one of those. Then again, I've been drawing them in the Pip-Boy style, so there's a lot rounder. What? Huh? Who? What's when?
You drew a red mutant creature for Dark at some point. Or at least referencing stuff Dark is doing. And now you sent me that as a reference. So I've been looking at your good art.
Look at that, this is dogfish.
Now, please invent a quest for me with this dogfish.
Fetch.
No,
Fetch quest.
it's one of those quests where the owner is like, can you please get my dog back, and then you're stuck, like, chasing it in a tiny area over the next 20 minutes. Because you don't figure out the trick that you're supposed to do something to, like, get it towards you. You don't know that
It's a horrible quest.
running away.
Pretty much all the quests we've come up with so far have been horrible.
It's a quest you only
A
do
lot of
because I
quests
want
are
to
in
follow.
general horrible if you say them out loud.
We're recapturing the mantle of the Drawfee awful JRPG thing.
Legend of Chris.
I mean,
Legend of Cresp.
kind of, not really. I mean, so far our protagonist isn't horrible because it's just, whoever's playing. So it really depends on the person.
I mean, one of the first things they do in the game is drink human blood, so...
But they don't know that, okay?
Very true. They don't seem to know much of anything yet.
Yeah.
If ever.
Is that Stardew Valley? What is Stardew Valley? Opening the game and play drinking human blood. We've been playing very different versions of Stardew Valley, if that's what you think.
I very briefly played Stardew Valley, and I don't recall that, but I might be wrong.
I've been playing Stardew Valley recently. There's been a very, there's not a lot of drinking of human blood involved. But maybe I am playing it completely wrong. Who knows?
Very hard to draw somebody when their eyes are 4 pixels big.
Just don't draw the eyes.
I mean, the problem still spreads, right? You're thinking of Animal Crossing. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
And I'm thinking of Cozy Grove, where that could probably actually happen somewhere in the lore. I should probably reiterate what my quest is, because I haven't actually mentioned it on the stream. I mentioned it on the Wednesday one. But my quest is, there's 3 factions fighting in the floating city. There's the one who've turned into pirates, the ones who are all mutants, and the ones who are all big and strong. Because they were bred to be, or mutated, genetically engineered, whatever, to be big, strong worker people. And I had an idea that there would be one person from each of the warring factions who wants to be in another faction. So I made a mutant who wants to be a pirate, this pirate who wants to be big and strong, then they're doing that with a mech suit, and a big old strong person who wants to be a mutant, and they've made their own cardboard limbs. By way of warning, Christy, I can't. Oh no, there you are. It's fine. You weren't in Aggie for a second, and I didn't want you to lose any more work.
Just refreshed. That's good timing.
Cool. Wanted to make sure you didn't lose any more, doggo.
Thank you.
So yeah, this is somebody who was a pirate. They're done with being a pirate because they might have lost limbs in the process. And they want to join the big strong people. I don't know what this one needs from you.
Maybe it needs help finding a battery.
Probably, yeah, they probably need something to run the mech. Power source makes sense.
mermaid bone. Oh no. That begs many questions.
I'm thinking
mermaid
they found
bone.
a mermaid bone, and that's why they swam away from their owner. They wouldn't give it back. That might prolong the quest a bit.
Oh, I thought it was we walk up to this character, or swim up to this character. They bark for about a minute, and then it comes up in your quest. You need to find a mermaid bone for so and so. Like that, the entire thing is written out as if it was spoken to you in perfect English.
That's better.
Yay.
Intelligent pooch.
Is there sort of like a language thing in this world, or is it we just going to assume everyone speaks the same language and it's good?
I don't know.
Our protagonist knows every language for some reason.
For some reason.
Our first wizard encounter is a magical language book.
Like that, I was just reminded of the Neo thing, which is at this point a bit questionable. Because in Neo there's a cat who's a spirit, and they translate everything for you, just automatically, sort of Babelfish style. But then spoilers for Neo, the cat dies, but you can still understand everyone. So that's a bit of a plot hole, unless it turns out the cat didn't die.
Odd, because he goes back to speaking English, and not only does he still understand all of the Japanese understand his English.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I guess
we can understand everything because our protagonist character is kind of dead.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of shenanigans with with having been dead and such.
That's actually a good reason. I like that.
Like, it's less of like, why can we understand this language? It's more like, why are you able to talk when you're dead?
I can understand all languages, including the language of the deceased.
So maybe it's like, when you can, kind of figure out that you're dead when it's like talking about like how could you understand these people? You were talking our language this whole time, and they seem to understand you, but they didn't understand us, and very confusing for people involved of different languages.
Yeah, it's got a bit of a... That's in a thing. I'm trying to remember what thing it is. No ideas original. Someone's always bloody done it before. Pain in the backside. Oh, what was that? Oh, that's annoying me now. That's in a thing. That exact thing that you're talking about is in a thing, and I'm trying to work out what it is. Brain, please. I've also just realised it looks like this mech is powered by bubbles. I was going for some sort of weird energy conduit of energy moving from one thing to another, but I guess that's just bubbles.
Gotta just have bubbles.
Bubble powered instead of steam powered.
Yeah, I mean it's all
Or maybe it's like bubbles are like the end result of whatever reaction is taking place. It's the exhaust.
I like the idea that they're connected. I like the idea that it is steam power, but rather than invent pipes, they just invented a system of bubbles to carry the steam from one place to another.
You pop one of the bubbles and it's just
Yeah, scalding.
just a puff of black smoke. Or steam.
You wait till they get to the harbour town and see that people have invented pipes. My word.
What? Pipes? How can pipes carry steam? That's illogical. That doesn't make any sense.
Ridiculous. The idea that pipes can carry steam. You're making pipes out of something other than paper? What's going on here? So, yeah, we're making out of metal.
Why?
Oh! Yeah, that makes sense. Then why are they called pipes? Pipes are made of piper, we know this. Yeah, that's something broken. Well, this is a better attempt than last time, but I'm still not huge on it. On the other hand, we have Angry Man and Goat Squirrel.
Who knows? Hard to say, really.
Lovely, don't talk to me on my Goat Squirrel son ever again vibe.
Yes. Exactly.
Also got some fun shenanigans here. And then what is... I'm guessing a hand? No. No, wait, oh, is this the dog chasing after the bone or something?
Yes, I forgot I was muted.
That's fine. No, what is? No, what is? And the sorting system. Oh, fact. Oh, fact. It's near the start of the book, actually. That's quite good. Oh god, the start of the book's awkward. Spine's too big. Oh, this kind of works for the Abyss. Here's one for you, Christy. In the 1930s, artist Dorothy Beck invented an inverted underwater periscope so that she could stay dry while sketching fish.
That's amazing.
Okay. Good old Dorothy Beck.
Good old Dorothy Beck.
Facts. Do a quick shade of this and then we can spin some wheels.
It's been about an hour.
Lots of studious tip tapping.
Yeah.
All the tippy-tappies.
Love the tip taps.
How you know drawing is taking place.
Yes. How can drawing possibly happen without a tippy tap?
When your drawing tablet is also your microphone.
I was about to tap my microphone then, and I realised that's probably a bad idea.
Probably.
You'll just get revenge.
Revenge.
Are the bubbles connecting?
Yeah, they're like conduits moving from one part of the thing to another. This is how I make magic. Oh god. Facts! Fact. The American President Ulysses S. Grant was arrested for speeding on a horse.
How dare he?
Even before the car. People were bloody speeding.
That's impressive, but also confusing.
Also, did there used to be like speed limits for horse carriages? Like in the city?
Maybe.
That would make sense.
I mean, I imagine that there were laws about, like, I mean, out of cities, I don't think it would have mattered much, but within cities, yeah, of course, because there weren't really, like, any designated roads for this kind of stuff until, like, cars became, like, a very used thing. So, like, of course you would have laws about it, because people were doing everything in the streets at that point in time.
Yeah, it would be very dangerous just to have people
If
zooming by
someone,
at full speed.
yeah, if some maniac just decided to, full gallop like his horse through town, that would cause some accidents.
Yeah. Having played Witcher 3, not Red Dead Redemption because I'm slow. Yeah. Galloping through town isn't a good idea. And yes, that's the only horse games I know.
Well,
Yeah, do you need more?
I was saying the other day the guy whose history channel I found on YouTube, who looks like they should just be, constantly living as a medieval person, just fully engrossed in it all. But it turns out they're the CEO of the company that makes Sniper Elite. They recently started playing The Witcher 3, and they got very they got very confused by the horse controls. This is the first time they've ridden a horse in a game, and they're used to riding a horse in real life, and they're like, "Oh, this is so different." And they're like, okay, how would you make like an actual sort of VR control system for a horse? Because they're the CEO of a game company, so they think, how could we do that?
Well,
Like those car, like you have the steering wheel and the clutch and the what's it called? Speeder? It's that, but it's two strings attached to the USBs.
Yeah, you could make it work like that.
If you pull too hard, your console goes flying.
That's the horse saying no. It's the horse denying, yes.
well, apparently getting realistic cat movements took a very, very long time to become a thing in video games. So I don't know where we are on this.
Well, yeah, but who's ridden a cat?
I was about to ask like this. Yes, a question, and then just.
And on that note, let's spin some wheels.
And that wheel.
Spin the wheel. I mean, it's going to take a while. I haven't got them up yet.
Doesn't matter, spin the wheel.
I gotta spin them if they're not here.
Do it.
Wheels, they're here. Spin them. Go. No hanging about today. Ooh, what's that one? Puzzles.
Puzzles.
Puzzles. You thought Quest was hard. Make puzzles.
Oh, no. I don't know how to make puzzles.
Puzzles. Stack those cannonballs.
Math people, we need you.
It could be a simple little, it could be the platforming puzzle. It doesn't have to be like a, mental arithmetic sort of puzzle. It could be a little challenge that's not sort of, well, I say not combat related, but it could be. Kill the enemies in a certain order.
My hands to know left from right. It's gonna be very simple.
Well, don't use left and right then we'll be fine.
I mean, there are plenty of games out there that have gimmick fights in them, where you have to sort of figure out what you have to do to beat the boss, as opposed to just hitting it with a stick a lot.
Yeah. I'm also thinking of the spoilers for Final Fantasy VIII, the bit in space. I hate saying that, where you're fighting aliens. And there's like 8 aliens on the ship, but they only stay dead if you kill them in pairs, where you kill 2 of the same color.
It's Candy Crush?
Yeah, basically. it's that, but killing aliens. And they look like, clearly inspired by the Xenomorph. So it's a very weird system. Anyway, in terms of who's got who, Ragdoll has the viaduct, Plamps gets caves, Lewis gets floating city, Kiro has the harbour, Oobs gets wizard nonsense. We all get the abyss. Everybody make puzzles with seashells and jellyfish. I have the golden city. Jeeb has the forest. Dark has limbo, and Christy gets the world.
No limitations on a thing I don't know anything about. Yes, I'm not gonna procrastinate on this one.
I mean, I'm thinking, like, in terms of the world, it could be one of those things where, like, you have to get a particular thing from each zone, and then there's, like, a door with, and you put them all in the right order, and then it opens. Like the weird ending in Death's Door. Still don't know what's going on with that. The truth or whatever it was.
Design something for every area that's like very that area, and you have to be like, oh yes, this belongs to this one.
Yeah.
Matching puzzle.
Yeah. Because the puzzles don't have to be hard. They could just be, you picked up this item in this zone, and you're like, this looks like it belongs in the forest. And you go to the forest and you find a place to put it in. You're like, it worked. Absolutely spoiling the games you're absolutely just about to play. I'm sorry, miss. I'm sorry, I know you were excited for Final Fantasy VIII, but...
Everyone loves Final Fantasy
Especially
VIII. How could you do this?
It's
Candy
just
Crush
the
part,
best.
especially.
Yeah, the Xenomorph Candy Crush. Don't worry, that's immediately followed by the Love Ballad. That scene is so weird.
This game, all of these things just sound atrocious.
I mean, to be honest, the most beloved Final Fantasies of the 3D Final Fantasies are probably 7 and 10.
I think 9 probably is quite high as well. Although it's a bit more traditional. That'll be the next draw through, by the way. FF9. It's not as bizarre as 8, but you will steadily see me collapse into why is this not making sense anymore. Okay, cool. It's all been stuck in the thing. Let's transition back.
As with most Final Fantasies, it does not stick the landing.
It was made very quickly, wasn't it, 9? It came out like a year after 8. I know they were working on it at the same time.
Most Final Fantasy games that I have interacted with in any extent, if they are good, they still manage to leave you wondering what the fuck is going on by the time you get to the point.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them are just what the fuck is going on all the way through. And with those ones, it's like, okay, whatever. Third act is going to be nonsense the whole thing. But even the ones that start off with something coherent manage to devolve into what the fuck is this by the time you get to the third act. Now, some of the what the fuck is this it's at least alluded to and built up to. I would argue that some of the revelations that you learn near the end of 10, it's like, okay, if you were paying attention, that sort of makes sense. And then sometimes the revelation is giant murder tree from space.
Yeah. That's happened more than once. We'll get to that. As long as you say, don't worry about it, Chibi, we'll be fine.
Yeah,
don't worry about it. Are we going to have anything? I'm just intrigued to see which characters Chibi's going to get attached to in 9. I have some suspicions. I have suspicions, but you're probably going to blindside me completely.
You're gonna introduce a character you hadn't really even thought of, and then I'm gonna be like, yes, that one.
Yeah.
That's my new Blorbo from my shows, as Tumblr would say.
Blorbo from the draw-throughs.
Yes. It is them. My beloved.
Your beloved alleyway Jack, or whatever. Trying to think of obscure FF9 character. The actor that's in one scene just trying to run away from beloved, adoring fans.
I thought
that sounds like, not gonna lie. That already sounds like a character I would be into.
They escape by hiding in a big Moogle suit. Spoilers. for a scene I probably won't even mention in the draw-through.
Oh, lovely.
The tricky thing... Sorry?
I just thought you were talking about a cat's character when you said Alleyway Jack.
No, that's one of the first characters you meet in the game, actually. Well, meet's a strong word. They may or may not mug you. Deletes game from Switch. I'm sorry.
Are the Final Fantasy games on the Switch?
I think they recently sort of ported them to PC. I think they might have been on Switch as well. They just made them in Unity. Which is why I can unpack Final Fantasy IX and get all of the 3D models and animations out of it. Which is great. because that means I get a Vivi and I can mess around with Vivi and make new animations. It's very silly. Yeah, the problem.
I hope they eventually do put some more things on ports, because there's a lot of Square Enix games where I'm just kind of like, but why has this only been ported onto phones?
Oh yeah, I want Before Crisis. All those like Turk's origin story games.
Yeah, and then you've got some of the side games like the Tactics Advanced, which even the ones where you look at them and go, what the fuck is going on with the story, I still like them from the battle mechanic point of view. There's some very interesting tactics games. And then you've got the majority of the Dragon Quest games, which you can get on your phone, but that's about it, except for the ones that you can get on 3DS, but the 3DS is dead, so good luck getting those.
Yay. Hooray, obsolescence.
I love just seeing little faces appear next to my characters as I'm drawing them.
It's
Ooh,
really
look at this
good.
friend.
I love the hair.
Look at this friend with leaf hair.
Yeah, it was like, let's design a semi-normal person, and then I was like, but leaf hair.
To be fair, I think outside of Christie's witch, I don't think we've actually designed the people who live around the forest yet.
Yeah, that's why I was like, maybe I can do something.
I'm
They have leaf
making
hair.
Forest key.
I'm making a better version of the witch at the moment. I've worked too much on it, so I'm
Exciting.
very happy to get some like more inspiration for it.
Nice.
I mean, who doesn't love some good leaf-based forest folk?
Mm.
I mean, it's also that Dimension 20, who does D&D stuff, has just started up a new D&D campaign that I watch, and that's all about Fae. So, you know, it's been on the brain.
Yeah, take inspiration.
Yeah. I mean, it may have been Faye, but none of them had this shapely leaf hair. I'm positive.
No, but there were like some of them are very heavily bird inspired, which is very fun on that show. They always come up with very good ideas.
I only recently found out that Fae are the Danish fairies, because Fae is so... I can see it now that I know it, but it's so far from the Danish word. Except it's just one extra letter and the A and the E the other way around, now that I think about it. But I had no clue that that was what Fae was. Now I have this whole new, oh, so this is what I'm supposed to be doing, because I've known Fae all my life.
Yeah. Faye. Oink oink, yeah, I'll give you a ring an oink oink. Don't know what's going on. That bloody Echo Fairy. Now we've found out there's a pig version of it as well. There's a fae for you. Flying pig fairy.
A pig mega fairy? That's what, after internet problems, the first thing I heard. What?
There was an echo that sounded like a kind of pig oink.
Oh.
And so the echo fairy's turned into a pig, so now I'm imagining like a little flying pig fairy.
Cute.
A new fae creature.
That was me checking if the echo was gone. Muting and unmuting.
It's weird how it just sort of comes and goes. There's no real consistency to it, is there?
Nope. This is a pineapple. Oh, nope. I refreshed, it's not a pineapple anymore.
Pineapple?
The pineapple has hair now, and a face.
Alright. Framed. Does Frame Man have a girlfriend? I don't know. I try not to ask. I try not to get too close to Frame Man. You don't know what the consequences will be. Are we implying the Echo Fairy is Frame Man's girlfriend?
It might be.
So Frame Man's girlfriend is a pig.
They might have a pet pig. You ship Frame Man and Echo Fairy, okay. The new hot chip taking over Tumblr.
Never joke about these things, they'll come true.
Especially with Tumblr.
Chip, would you mind if I use your face to inspire my cottagecore witch?
Yeah, of course. Go right ahead.
That's the point of
the.
That's the point of this whole project, is to share ideas and expand on other people's ideas. And so I decided to make it so that you made something different every week. This was ill thought out, but
His face is reminding me of something. The nose. Is it Casey Golden? It might be Casey Golden. Yeah, I think so.
PC. Oh, yeah. I developed this kind of chibi style, this like simpler style, right after I watched like a bunch of Casey Golden videos.
Oh, I can't believe I haven't realized earlier then. I watch a lot of her content.
Yeah, I went on a binge for like a few days when I developed the style, and I took some things from, inspired by her, and then I haven't really watched her since, but
She's
stole her style and ran.
Yeah. For Casey Golden.
Huh?
2022 has been the year of the crayon for Casey Golden. It's been quite fun.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
I
it
do
was
the
really.
videos.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not talking over people on purpose. It's because I think the sound is a bit delayed, so when I start talking, other people start talking and it gets weird.
That's fine. I'm absolutely shocked that you might possibly imply that there are audio issues over Discord.
Chris, is this one of those you're surrounded by doors, only one door will lead you out, and the other door will lead you just back to the start again?
Nope. Don't worry about that. This is a secret place. You can walk in and there's some sticks with a bucket on it. And there's some nice stained glass windows with warriors, famed warriors through history, on them above doors. And basically, if you get the armor sets throughout the game and you stick the armor sets on the thing, the door underneath the window opens. So you find the armor of the famous warrior and stick it on the stand. The door opens for them. That's the puzzle. It's less of a puzzle and more of a remember this, or look through your inventory to find this armor if you already have it. There is one thing miss, actually. I should probably point this out. I did do a doodle of the Echo Fairy. If you're planning on shipping Freyman and the Echo Fairy. Did I put it in the gallery? If so, where? Magic nonsense, probably. No? I might not have included it. It's fine. There we go. That's the Echo Fairy I drew, so... If you want to ship that with Freyman, I'm not going to stop you, but... Cute! It's a foghorn butterfly. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm ever going to make a render of this room, because it does involve making a bunch of stained glass windows of famous warriors. So what else we got for puzzles? Anyone come up with anything fun?
No, that's why I didn't draw in characters.
Wonderful. Again, feel free to ignore the prompt. The prompt is just there as an idea.
Just gonna draw Kira a bunch of plant people.
Yeah. That's probably almost certainly more useful than what I'm doing, so...
Puzzle. Yeah, just just do a jigsaw puzzle in the middle of this game.
I mean, certainly wouldn't be the first game that does it. Do stuff like that in like Silent Hill. If you can put a jigsaw puzzle in something like Silent Hill, I'm sure you can do it in something like this.
Totally.
Or one of those sliding puzzles that everybody loves.
Does anyone actually know how to do those?
I studied them at university during a group theory course.
Do you know how to do them?
No.
That's what I thought.
That was the punchline of that statement. I studied them. I looked into the group theory of it and sort of went, oh, okay, so this is how these are the generators for the system and so on and so forth. And I still do not really any the wiser as to how to do them. Kind of got the idea of how to loop things around, but certainly not anyway efficiently. Pokemon Ice Cave Puzzle, that's another one.
Yes, everyone loves ice puzzles. That's... yeah.
Ice Puzzle, Use Puzzle. We all puzzle for Ice Puzzle. You heard me. You wish you didn't.
Or the other Pokemon puzzle that everyone loves that is in General Surge's gym?
Oh yeah, Lieutenant Surge. God, best puzzle design.
Surge. Yes, where you just have to search through the trash and hope you find the switch.
Search through the trash, find the switch, then you know the switch is next to that one, but it's random which direction. And if you get it wrong, you have to start all over again. Ah, great design. Everyone loves it.
Everyone loves it and nobody has ever complained about it.
Nope.
Although I will say it is very funny that in Gen 2, they just kind of went, yeah, no, the cans are all empty, it's just open. Just delete the entire puzzle.
Yeah.
It's the least they could do.
Absolutely the least. Well, for all the pain they caused. I say probably never having done that puzzle.
Yeah, I played a lot of Red back in my day. Back in my day!
Well, I'd say that you could replay ye old Red, Blue, and Yellow, but unless they also ported it to the Switch. The only ports of the old gen games I'm aware of were on the 3DS, which is dead.
Hooray! I did. There's a. I'm a fan of randomizers. Who knew? And there is a lots of randomizers for Pokemon. If you can find, if you have a legitimately constructed ROM from a copy you own. But yeah, there's lots of different randomizers. You randomize random encounters, random moves, random evolutions, all good stuff. But there's one that I found that was quite interesting, which is random type matching. So it just completely randomizes how types interact with each other. So maybe fire's really good against flying. Maybe fighting is immune to bug. Nobody knows. You got to find out.
On one hand, that sounds like an interesting puzzle. On the other, I would hate it. There's just too many years of type matchups for those games that have been ingrained in my brain that I would just forget any information I learned immediately.
I mean, to be fair, like, other than the standard, like, you know, the basic elemental trio that you learn about in the beginning of the game with the starters. I don't think I've ever quite figured out the matchups.
Yeah, if there's one thing I learned from my Ghost only playthrough is that I really don't know my types at all. Like, I don't know the first thing about how anything interacts with or is interacted by bug, for example. Not a clue.
Absolutely no idea.
Which is annoying because Shedinja is bug. And knowing what's super effective against bug is probably quite important for a Pokemon that has 1 health.
Probably. You'd say so. Yeah, it's with the because I did a poison playthrough.
You did.
People knew about, and I cannot remember anything that was good against poison except for psychic, but that's because Lucian gave me a lasting trauma.
That was fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just being dumb. But yeah, other than that, I do not remember like anything that was good against or weak against poison. And now that I'm doing the dark playthrough, it's kind of the same. Like the only type matchup I haven't forgotten about is Brawly, who is fighting, because fighting is good against dark. Apparently, didn't know that beforehand.
Is it?
But you quickly figure it out once he starts, kicking your ass.
Yeah.
Once you have to very much over level to defeat the second gym.
Yeah, I had trouble with my second gym as well, but that was Rock. You wouldn't think Rock and Ghost would really have an issue with each other. But also, as I remember it, the Rock gym leader didn't really have any rock moves. It's mostly Bite. Screw
yeah.
Bite.
Yeah, I get that, because a lot of Pokemon learn Bite.
A lot of Pokemon.
A lot of Pokemon that aren't dark types learn Bite.
A lot of them.
A lot of Pokemon that are normal types, which aren't affected by ghost type moves, learn Bite.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's not something I've really encountered much. Maybe because I have more than just ghost attacks, but I've clearly never thrown a rock at a ghost before. You would think it would just go through, wouldn't you? But
See, if that was the case, though, then the type matchups would be even worse.
look, type matchups have nothing to do with sense.
Yeah, they are just sort of made up as they go along.
I like the idea that some of them are like inspired by experiences of the designers. Like, why is flying good against fighting? The answer: I was attacked by a seagull once, and punching does nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, some of them do have sort of an interesting reasoning behind it. It's just that some of them are fairly obscure.
I mean, I'm sure most of them have a good reasoning by them. It's just that, they don't stick in my brain.
There is
And
that,
they
yes.
never will. Which is why the monotype runs are very fun for me personally, as someone who has tried and failed Nuzlogs and just doesn't enjoy really the experience of those. Because, yeah, I can still, lose, but I can also figure out how to win against something that's stupidly hard, because you don't. I mean, you know that super effective moves hurt a lot. But until you fought against an entire team that's good against your entire team, you don't really notice it. Until you've gone through the Elite Four 27 times, because the last one keeps beating your ass. Fucking Lucian.
I mean, to be on the plus side, we did that thing during the hangout of the quiz of what your favorite Pokemon are, trying to work out a good team, well, not a good team, just whatever your favorite Pokemon are. And the 6 Pokemon you got were arguably one of the most annoying teams that could possibly be made.
Yeah,
So I think you can get your own back.
I didn't realize it until I was talking to you about it, but like, I look at that list and I think, wow, that team would be so fucking annoying to go up against. Because everyone. Also, because I did like go to Pokemon Showdown and just, fill it in for funsies. Apparently, all of them can learn Toxic. Fun fact.
All of them. Oh, joy.
I think Toxic is one of those moves that everything can learn.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, but that's just added on to the rest of that team, which, has every status effect you could possibly think of.
Yeah, because... let's see. I don't know if it's saved, but...
Look at these good faces being made.
Yeah.
Even got a pattern on the bandana.
Thank you for calling it a good face.
It's good. I call things as they are.
And I also learned that day that Badu can learn sword stance, which is still very funny to me.
Yeah, Budgie was the mascot of your team.
They are the mascot. They also have sword stance.
Well, that's their like cheerleading dance. They just juggle swords in the process.
Yeah, it's... I'm looking again at like the team that I made, and I try to make it as annoying as possible. And I'm especially looking at the ghastly I made, and I don't know what I was thinking when I gave it Destiny Bonds and Pain Splits and Toxic, which is just
lovely.
That's not a combination you want to go up against.
Yeah, no, that's I think that kind of. I can't think of a way of phrasing that doesn't sound horrible.
Oh. Yeah. I love the tiny little face.
Oh my, the good faces. What are being made? I'm taking up a lot of space down here. For a bucket.
Fine.
Oh, I have.
Oh, speaking of the Lieutenant Surge,
Oh,
idea for just a very bad puzzle on the viaduct.
bad puzzle.
Remember those ball and cup games, or those ball hidden under the cup games?
Oh yeah.
All cups around.
Just that, or
I mean, it could be just that, but considering games and keeping 3D models present, it probably is sort of random each time. Like with the Lens of Truth puzzle in Ocarina of Time, with the 2 chests in each room. And one chest has the key to the next room, and one chest has a rupee of some sort. But which one it is a little random. So watching the cups is probably not helpful, because it is probably random. Because that's easier to program.
yeah, but is the randomness decided when the puzzle is set up, or is it decided when the player clicks?
Ooh, even worse.
I can always make things worse. It's my raison d'etre.
What's painted on this bucket?
I decided instead of it being a bucket, it should be a bucket, but gilded. And it's like the helmet of some famous hero.
Wore a bucket.
Who wore a bucket. But they gilded it and made it look nice. And that's your reward for doing all these puzzles. You get a little thing behind each door, but if you do all of them, you get the bucket. That's a very good helmet. I just like the idea of a really heavily gilded, decorated bucket.
It's a bronze bucket. Like the ones for firewood.
Yeah. Got lots of different colours of metal and a lot more decoration than I could draw or know how to draw. Because I don't know an awful lot about metal gilding.
I mean, it has a lot of good decoration. As it is.
I like the idea even these like crossed sticks that they're on are also just they're metal as well. Like these have been cast to look like sort of crappy sticks with string attached, but if you look carefully at the string, it's all got like this carefully sort of floral designed pattern. It looks like rope from a distance, but it's all metal.
I mean, I know you can get clay to look like just about anything. I don't know about metal.
It's a puzzle to get one's biases in check of things worth.
Yeah, so I took some pottery classes at university for my artistic expression requirements, and usually what
Sorry.
happened is we'd be sort of in the pottery area making pottery, and the gentleman would be going around checking to make sure we weren't doing something dumb and just talking. And one discussion that popped up is apparently when he was going to school and making things. Apparently, one of his art pieces is he made a bunch of sculptures out of clay that just looked like cardboard boxes. And while people were moving stuff around, apparently some people thought that, oh, these are just cardboard boxes, not pieces of art, so they just sort of kicked them around, and they broke.
Oh.
How could they
So
not
it's like, well,
feel the
on one hand,
difference?
sir, that does say something about your skills for making clay look like cardboard boxes, but also I'm not sure that's a skill anyone needs.
Also, I'm pretty sure cardboard feels different to ceramics to kick about.
Yeah, well, and I mean, if you had picked it up, it would be very obvious, oh, this is heavy, it's not a cardboard box. But they just saw things like, oh, it's a cardboard box, I need to move it out of the way, just kick it a bit.
That makes me mad.
Oh, that makes me mad.
Question, was it in the art department?
I don't know, on account of the fact that I never saw the art pieces. I was just hearing the story from it.
If it was stored in the art department, I'm still mad. If it wasn't, yeah.
Also, I'm just apologize for laughing when you said that. It's just something about the phrase artistic expression requirement just made me laugh. This is your government mandated artistic expression.
Well, I mean, it's true. I can't speak for like every state because rules change a bit, but I believe if you are getting a bachelor's degree at a public university that receives state and federal funding, there are certain rules that have to be followed as far as credit hours and credit types. So you need to have 124 credit hours minimum, where a sort of standard class is usually about 3 credit hours worth. It varies a bit, so there are some that are 2 and there are some that are 1, but on average, most classes are usually 3. And you need to have certain amounts of hours in various areas. So if you're getting a bachelor's degree, you need to have so many hours in writing composition. You need to have so many hours in college level mathematics, not remedial math. You need to have so many hours in a science. You need to have so many hours of history, and you need to have so many hours in an artistic expression and physical expression. So like PE stuff.
You had me right up until the end.
Well, I mean, even that's sort of broad. So where I work, one of the classes that meets the physical expression requirement is yoga. And I took bowling.
Ooh. Oh, I'm terrible at bowling.
And I was worse at bowling at the end of the semester than I was at the start, so...
Wonderful.
Naturally.
Fortunately, it was a pass-fail course, and the instructor only took note of how often you were at the bowling alley doing bowling to decide if you passed bowling, so I passed bowling.
Nice.
You know, I never really thought I would hear someone say I passed bowling.
So the kid I went to school with who threw the bowling ball 2 lanes over would have passed. Because
they turned up. You can prove they turned up. The big dent. You can tell you.
I mean, they'd probably have a fine to the bowling alley, but yeah.
I got a cheap face.
Oh,
Achievement unlocked.
yeah, achievement.
It looks so good.
Aw.
I was
Just
just thinking,
busting
wondering.
out old paintings.
I feel the same with your drawings.
Ooh,
Really love the leaf, yeah. Oh my god.
we've got a slightly more hoity-toity bulbhead.
Tiny Bulbhead.
Another good sentence.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I didn't.
Oh, more leaf heads.
This one is my friend.
He is very
Yes.
friend-shaped. Or she. Or they. It.
Who knows?
I mean, they are plants.
Chris has made his opinion known.
When you zoom out a lot, it looks like a dog with a beak.
They're eating a Pringle.
Eating a Pringle at this person's face.
I will say though, and I don't know if it's because of the face, but this lad here looks like he is a youngster about to go on a hero's journey.
Yes. That's the protagonist of this one.
Oh, are they the person that helps you out in the forest as you're going through? That'd be fun.
Maybe.
We had this idea of like somebody accompanying you in each zone. They got like
Yeah.
the janitor in the wizard's tower, and
Yeah, maybe here it's this little teenage boy who's just, we're going on an adventure. This is my calling.
Yeah, this
Aw.
is hero's journey, and up here we have best friend since childhood who is very nervous about this whole hero's journey thing. Adult who still sees you very much as a small child, not ready to go on a hero's journey, and is just sort of shrugging you off, which hero's journey takes offense to because, hero's journey.
Heroically journeying.
And this is the one in the group who has the most common sense, but the hero doesn't necessarily listen to her at the start because hero's journey.
Yeah, I guess I've drawn an entire
I was going to
entire main
suggest
group.
for the last one. I was going to suggest this is the one that gets kidnapped that makes the hero go on the hero's journey.
Yeah, also a possibility.
It all works. Miss suggests that Ragdoll's cat deserves this bucket helmet, and I agree.
Yeah.
So,
Of course.
maybe that's it. Maybe this you see this thing and you're like, "Oh, that's a cool helmet," and then you get it and you're like, "Oh, this is just for pets." Okay.
Put it on a cat.
This is pet
Now you
armor.
put it on your little familiar.
Aw. I cannot believe not that either. I cannot believe I haven't lost focus for 2 hours.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. You should
Oh.
be.
The robots are angry. They don't like that you're doing good. Which is frankly rude. Just celebrate.
I
I
have
mean, I
decided to
lost a bit of
change
focus, but
the bucket cat's bucket into the bucket.
The bucket cat's bucket to the bucket. And don't stop the rockin' to the rhythm of the boogity beat. Yeah. Mike Probs, now! This is how
this
the
is
world
why you
repays
don't
you.
jinx yourself.
This is why you get up every morning and go, everything's going great. Because then things are bound to be fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm back. It was just because, just when I got good vibes from y'all, I just went silent, and I wanted you to know that it was my problems.
Yeah.
We practically filled the canvas.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's a little bit of an empty spot.
Oh, boop.
I
But
feel bad because most of that is just a room. Nothing in it.
shh, we've been productive.
It's fine. It's good. We've been productive. Things have been drawn.
Yes.
This month's gonna be amazing. You're going to your cousin's wedding, you're getting tattoos, you're gonna do so many things! Yay!
You're
Positive
gonna be fine.
thinking.
Who's this alligator friend?
Ah, random fact. Hang on, let me zoom out so we can see good stuff.
I think that's the post lizard. That's
Ah,
actually true.
Oh, still lizard.
here you go.
That was one of the joint drawings that I put in the thing. If multiple people have drawn the same thing, I put them together in the gallery.
Yeah, I've just drawn a little thing here where it's like, help me sort the mail. You're like, oh no.
Fact. Oscars are not given for stunts or casting, which that seems bad.
Yeah,
Why don't
that's
stunt people get
bad.
Oscars?
They should be. Why aren't they?
They should get a dented Oscar.
That would be awesome.
I know, stunt people should get a dented Oscar, and the casting people should get like the mold of the Oscar.
Well, Oscars shouldn't be a thing anymore, but
There's always going to be
Yeah.
award ceremonies in one form or another. Every industry likes an award ceremony for some reason.
That's true.
Like, Southeastern Regional Plumber of the Year awards.
I do like that. It's just that the Oscars is too big. Like all of the other film festivals and awards is like, comparatively anyway.
I mean, I don't pay attention to any of them, so I can't really.
I'm sorry, I have opinions about things I don't know shit about.
That's just, we all do.
I mean, to be fair, like, at this point, the Oscars are like, it's like the award ceremony, and it's not really like a very fair award ceremony in the first place.
Yeah, there's a lot of
People gripe
problems,
about.
especially. So, as far as I'm aware, no one in the animation industry really takes the Oscars seriously for animated movies. Because, one, you've got the problem of they just throw all the animated movies together in one bid.
Yeah.
Two, the judges are notorious for not having watched any of the movies and just giving it the award to Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a step up on the Game Awards, which awarded Game of the Year to a game that didn't come out yet.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Elden Ring, Game of the Year. When's it out yet? It's not.
Award ceremonies should be like a once an award ceremony gets too big, it should be destroyed, and then a new award ceremony should be built up.
Like a phoenix.
Yes, rise from the ashes of the
All of the
previous one.
directors and everything of the award ceremonies gets booted, and a whole new team is created.
My main issue I have with award ceremonies is it celebrates things that are successful, and it's like they're already successful.
Yeah.
You celebrate the things that got missed. Have an award ceremony for the things that should have done better. You know, that they were made well and everything was good, but it just didn't kick off for some reason.
You tried, sir.
When I say should have done better, I don't mean the people who made it should have done better. Like it should have performed better than it did.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And that leads to the other general problem with the Oscars. It's a popularity contest, essentially. It's like, who's got the bigger budget?
Yep. Who's got enough money to bribe judges?
Who can advertise?
Because legal bribing.
I remember when I found that in order to be considered in order not to lose money, a film roughly has to make twice its budget. And the reason for that is that they spend the budget that they make on the film again on advertising. That's how expensive advertising is. They could have made another film with that money.
Jeez.
See, like this was a box office bomb despite making 1.5 times its budget because it didn't make back the money for advertising. This is why you should get into advertising if you want money, and no soul. But
yeah, I was gonna.
In general, the idea of advertisement is not a bad thing, especially in pre-internet. You can look it up yourself era, where you're sitting here going, okay, I need to figure out, I don't know, the plumber. What's a plumber I can buy? I can hire to fix my plumbing.
Buy. I want to buy a plumber.
Yeah, we'll buy a plumber. Indentured servitude. Yeah, it's like your options are either look through the yellow pages if your place has yellow pages, or hear advertisements about a business, or word of mouth.
That's one.
And that's
how ubiquitous were yellow pages? Did the Netherlands and Denmark have yellow pages?
Yeah, we used to.
Okay.
And that's even with something where it's like the yellow pages exist. If you've got a thing where it's like books, only way you're going to hear about a new book series is through either advertisements, word of mouth, or going around in the bookstore. But the bookstore is only going to know what books to buy if people are like, hey, here are some books, buy them. So, in general, like, as an overall sense, advertising I don't find a problem with. It's how it's done that I take issue with.
Yeah, it's the we have no morality and no rules kind of deal.
Well, and then also especially on the internet, you've got a history of I've opened up a page and now I have 50 viruses because all of your advertisements have Trojans in them. Yay!
There was this Tumblr post going around recently where someone showed an internet page of just an article they were reading or something, and all the different ads that were on there. And they said, if I had shown myself from 5-10 years ago this, they would tell me to get a better antivirus.
Yeah.
Because that's definitely a problem.
The problem is that you have this thing of advertisement is essentially fighting against itself, and as a consequence, the more money one person pumps into it, the more money the next person has to pump into it to beat the previous person. It's like a bidding war. So like there was this weird thing of when they banned advertising for cigarettes. What ended up happening is that the cigarette companies didn't lose any money, but they now no longer had to spend anything on advertising. And the reason they didn't lose any money is because they were still getting the same amount of advertising as their opponents, which is now none. So they didn't have to spend money beating their opponents in advertising. So yeah, that's a weird situation of like banning advertising for the cigarette companies actually cause them to make a profit.
Well, y'all went from talking about the Oscars to antiviruses. Yeah, and I don't see like the leap here.
Yeah, the Oscars, they're in desperate need of an antivirus. But yeah, welcome to the Project Via streams, where we veer from one thing to another.
We sure do.
I mean, we deviated much later than we usually do.
In the first half, we had a nice chat about some random bits and bobs. Can't remember what they were.
It's hard thinking about puzzles because you have to. It's hard talking about puzzles because you have to think about puzzles, and also I can't speak in general.
It's hard thinking about speaking about puzzles of thinking and speaking. Facts. Then we should probably end, actually. Do. No, that's okay. Aeobophobia is the fear of palindromes. And the reason it's called aeobophobia is because it's spelled the same backwards as it is forwards.
That's mean.
It's just phobia written backwards and then phobia.
Yeah. It's like the same thing as like the phobia of long words, and it's like
Oh yeah.
the worst.
Hippopotamonstrosoquipedelia phobia.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I
I
committed
mean,
that
to
to
be
memory,
fair,
and it
though, at
hasn't
least
left
that
my brain.
that one's like descriptive, at least. The other one, it's like, that's just mean.
Yeah.
I mean,
That was done on purpose.
things can be both descriptive and mean.
I don't know who it's mean to. I'm not entirely sure anybody has that phobia.
No, but if they did.
Oh yeah, if they did come up with a better word. Anyway, here's what we've done. We've drawn some good dogfish. There's a forest key and a forest witch. Fancy bucket cat. And a mail sorting system and the 3 cups. I recommend looking up Penn and Teller's 3 cups thing. They do it with see-through cups. And it's still very impressive. You got all these fun forest friends who now actually have an identity and look really good. As well as tiny hat and goat squirrel. And then a bucket in a room. And that's what we did.
Yay. All the good things.
E. Well, I hope it was enjoyable. Polite golf clap. Thank you. Are there claps for different sports?
No.
Is it like a volleyball clap where you got to jump and clap?
I mean, not really.
They should be.
People cheer during different sports, but it's like that's different than just, you know, the actual like golf clap that you get.
I want themed claps.
Polite wrestler clap. Thank you, miss.
You know, your classic wrestler, you clap and then just fling across the room. Pin yourself down with your own clap. Yeah, we'll be back. Well, I'll be back Tuesday with Neo, and then Wednesday with something, probably drawing stuff, maybe a bucket. And then probably no stream Saturday, because Chibi's not here, Dark's not here, and I might not be here, which is it causes issues. But we'll be back here with lots of very intricate puzzle designs next Sunday.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, definitely. 100%.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. Thanks for chit chatting, everybody, and drawing and doing good stuff.
Yay, good times.
Yeah. Hope you get better soon, miss.
Yay.
And
Get better soon.
eat lots of spaghetti. That's doctor's orders. I'm a doctor, technically.
I love that you can just say that because technically it's true.
Yeah, I'm technically a doctor. I have a PhD and I demand you eat more spaghetti. Only when you want to, but you're allowed to.
It's like that line in Treasure Planet. Damn it, Jim, I'm a doctor.
Don't trust me. I mean, all the more reason to trust me. What?
Hold on.
I'm gonna go now. Have a wonderful time, everybody. Look after yourselves. Do good
Goodbye.
to yourselves. Goodbye.